Hey everyone, welcome back. We got a ton of requests to really dig into agribusiness opportunities in Africa.
Yeah.
So many people are fascinated by it.
Mhm.
Either they're thinking about starting a venture,
Right.
or they're just, excited about the potential over there.
Absolutely.
And, we came across this really insightful article
Yeah.
called Most Lucrative Agric Business in Africa.
It's a good one.
It is, and it's got us thinking, let's deep dive into this
Yeah, let's do
and
it.
figure out what's really going on.
Because agriculture in Africa, it's really booming right now.
Yeah.
I think it has the potential to totally transform the continent
Absolutely.
economically.
So let's start with something that always catches my eye, which is these high-value crops.
Okay.
We're talking avocados, cocoa, coffee, all the good
The
stuff.
trendy stuff?
Yeah, the trendy stuff, right. And these are in such high demand globally. I mean, are we talking about, like, serious profit margins here?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Huge potential there.
Yeah.
Like, take avocados, for example, in Kenya.
Yeah.
You can actually get, like, a single hectare of avocado trees
Wow.
can yield a profit
Okay.
of up to $10,000 a year,
Wow.
which is incredible.
That's serious money.
And then when you think about cocoa, Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire, they're already major global suppliers,
They are?
but there's still so much room for growth,
Right.
especially when you start talking about high quality, sustainably sourced beans
Interesting.
and that connection to the international markets.
Right.
That's where those profits really start coming in.
Yeah, it's all about, like, connecting to the right market.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've got these, trendy fruits.
Yeah.
But what about livestock? Because I know, like, the demand for meat, eggs, dairy,
Oh, for sure.
it's rising across Africa, right?
It is definitely rising. And it's
Yeah.
really interesting because, as incomes are rising across the continent,
Mm,
so is the demand for animal protein.
yeah, makes sense.
So we're seeing growth in those more traditional areas like, cattle farming,
Yeah.
but also a big surge in poultry
Right.
and even like fish farming,
Aquaculture.
aquaculture. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was going to say aquaculture.
Yeah.
I've heard that's actually a really sustainable option, too.
Yeah, it can be for sure.
Okay.
When it's done right,
Right.
it definitely has a lower environmental impact
Compared to...
compared to other forms of animal protein production.
Okay, interesting.
And it also needs less land,
Right.
than traditional livestock farming.
Okay.
And then on top of that, the global demand for seafood is just skyrocketing.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a market there
There is.
for like good quality fish from Africa.
So you're selling avocados, you're selling fish, you're doing all this.
You got your farm going.
Yeah, get your farm going. But, I'm also thinking about how to add even more value to all of this.
Okay, yeah.
And I've heard this term agro-processing thrown around a lot.
Yeah.
So what exactly does that involve?
Okay, so think of it this way.
Okay.
You have a farm, you're producing cocoa beans.
Okay, yeah.
Instead of just selling those raw beans,
Right.
what if you process them
Yeah.
into like chocolate bars?
Oh, I see.
Cocoa powder, cocoa butter.
Gotcha.
That's agro-processing.
Okay.
So you're transforming those raw products into something more valuable.
Right. So instead of just exporting, you're actually creating those finished products right there.
Exactly.
Wow.
Keeping those jobs local,
Right.
boosting those economies.
Yeah.
Keeping more of that value chain within Africa.
That's a big deal, I think.
Absolutely.
Okay, so technology. Because I'm seeing all this stuff about agri-tech startups.
Oh, yeah.
What are they doing to make agriculture in Africa more efficient?
I mean, they're really using like the power of data and technology
Yeah.
to really optimize every single stage of that farming process.
I
Like precision agriculture, you've
Yeah.
got sensors, drones,
Bikes?
monitoring soil conditions,
Yeah.
and then delivering things like water and fertilizer only where it's needed.
Oh, smart.
So smart, yeah.
Yeah.
Minimizing waste, maximizing those yields.
That's amazing.
And then there's things like smart farming platforms connecting farmers to real-time market info,
Okay.
helping them make like better decisions
Wow.
about when to plant, when to sell.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
It really is like a whole potential technological revolution
it is.
in agriculture.
Huge potential.
Okay, so with all of this innovation, what about the demand for organic products?
Yeah,
Because that's a global trend, right?
it is. It's a global trend, and it's definitely taking hold in Africa too. Consumer awareness about health and sustainability. It's just increasing everywhere.
Yeah.
And, with organic products,
Yeah.
they often command those premium prices, which makes it a very lucrative niche
Yeah.
for those farmers who are willing to adopt those practices.
Okay, so let's say you've identified the perfect agribusiness opportunity.
Okay.
You're ready to go. You're passionate.
Mm-hmm.
What about funding?
Funding, that's the key.
It's got to happen.
It's got to happen, right?
Yeah.
But luckily, there are actually several avenues to explore,
Sure.
depending on the scale of your venture.
Mm.
Government grants, for example.
Okay.
A lot of African countries offer them
Okay.
specifically to boost agricultural development.
That makes sense.
And then there's a lot of interest from private investors.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're seeing those returns
Go.
in this booming sector. And then, of course, loans.
Yeah.
Specifically designed for agricultural businesses.
That's really good to know that there are options out there.
Yeah.
But we
Yeah.
have to be realistic, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, what are some of the major hurdles that someone going into agribusiness in Africa might face?
Right. I mean, there are definitely challenges.
Yeah.
Access to technology can be tough in some regions.
Yeah.
Climate change.
Right.
It's a growing concern, obviously.
Yeah.
With the droughts.
Yeah.
And unpredictable weather.
Making things difficult.
Definitely impacting yields. And then you also have to think about market volatility.
Yeah.
Especially for those commodity crops.
Right.
It can be really hard to plan.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
things are so up and down.
So how do you mitigate those risks then? What can you do?
Well, there are some good strategies.
Okay.
For example, forming cooperatives
Okay.
can give farmers more power.
In what way?
Well, greater bargaining power
Okay.
and access to resources.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Diversifying crops
Right.
that can help protect against those market fluctuations.
Right. So you're not putting all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It helps ensure food security. And then, of course, embracing climate smart agricultural practices.
Right. Right.
Things like drought resistant crops,
Yeah.
water conservation techniques.
Yeah, that's got to be essential.
Absolutely.
Wow, this has been
A lot of info.
It has. It's been a really fantastic
Deep dive
yeah, into
the world of agribusiness.
in Africa. I
Yeah.
mean, from those high-value crops to that innovative agro-processing, the rise of agri-tech.
The tech.
Yeah, the technology is unbelievable.
It is.
And then, of course, the sustainable farming.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, while there are challenges,
There are.
there are also solutions.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like there's this, really strong spirit of innovation on the continent.
For sure.
Yeah. So I hope this leaves everyone feeling really energized
Yeah.
and ready to explore this further.
Excited.
Yeah, exactly. Excited. And as you kind of consider your next move, think about this. Imagine a future where Africa's agricultural success isn't just about profits,
Right.
but it's about empowering those local communities.
Yeah.
It's about promoting those sustainable practices.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about ensuring food security for generations to come.
I like it.
Yeah.
Food for thought.
Food for thought, definitely. All right. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
See you.